Here we are today bringing you a huge selection of Magyar stamps. Some of the nice old ones. Okay, we start with a 1 on the top in green and white. Then on the 2, we have an overprint on there. B-A-N-T. Isn't that something? Look at that. That is so cool. Look at the overprint on there. That is really nice. Nice cancellation mark. Okay, and then we have a 2.5 in green. And then next we have in burgundy our 3, with of course the cancellation of where it was sold. And then our 4 in the blue and white. Again with the cancellation of where it was purchased. And then we have in the brown and white a 4.5. Don't know how they can break these pennies off. 4.5. Okay, and then in the brown we have our 5. And then in the 6 with the cancellation of where it was purchased. And it looks like a turquoise. A 10 in orange with the cancellation of where it was purchased. Then we have a 15. Then we go down to our second. Oops, I didn't even show them to you. That's not nice. I was just reading them off as we went. See the cancellation of where they're from. Same as these. And then our last one. And we go off into our second row here. Look at that. That's one heck of a cancellation mark, huh? It's kind of cool. Had some red writing underneath first. And then all the wheat. Beautiful wheat cancellation. And on the brown 20. But it had some red overprint on top of there to begin with. Before the cancellation mark. Then you have your 25 in blue. And your 35 in brown. Then you go to your 40 in red. And we're going to move it along this time, huh? Nice. And then we have our 50 in green. The 2nd of February. And then we have a burgundy in 100. Now that's different. And then in the 500, it's a black and white. So those two last ones really are interesting. Definitely different. And of course it was nice to see some of the overprints. Okay, let's move on to our next group here. Beautiful crown here. We have a 2 in what looks like turquoise. Then we have a 4 in purple. And an 8, looks like burgundy to me. Then we get into our little envelopes here. Okay, we have a 1 in orange, a 2 in blue, a 5 pink. I bet it was a red, but it's kind of a little pinkish to me. Between pink and red, take your pick. Okay, and then we have a 5 with a black 5 on it, because that pink or that red one was a 5 in red. That different, huh? But if you notice that the blue and the 5 with the letters in black had to go through printing a second time. First on the blue one with the blue and white, then to give it the 2 in black, it had to go through that second printing. Just like that last one, that 5, which is in pinkish tan, probably pinkish. It had to go through the second printing to get that 5 on there. Alright, let's continue with this beautiful, huge group here. Okay, first we start with that orange. Get that with the plane going over. Then we have in our green and white a 5 with a whole bunch of red overprints on it. Then we go into our gray and white. But again, it had to go through the second printing to be able to put that 6 in black. Just like the 5, I mean, you got a green and white stamp with a black second printing to get the black 5 in there. And then all this red overprint all over it. And then the cancellation from the post office. So that green stamp, that first number 5, had a lot to go through. It's been through a lot. Has an awful lot going on. Okay, then you have that gray and white for the 6. Then you get into the red and white. Then again, had to go through a second printing to be able to put that 10 on there. And then another printing for the green words in it. Heidi something. Okay, and then it had all this overprint going around on 3 of the sides. Then it has the cancellation from the post office, which is a nice circle you can see. So that also, like the green one, has a lot going on. Okay, and then you get the purple one for 12. Again, it's a double printing to be able to put the 12 in black. Then you have your 20 in brown. Again, overprint. I mean, not overprint, but a second printing to put the 20 in black. And kind of look at that cancellation they had. Kind of fancy design, huh? Different. Then after that, you go to the 25 and blue. Be a light blue. Kind of gives you the look of turquoise, but I'm sure that wasn't the color back then. I'm sure it was considered blue. And the 25 is in black. Then you have your 30 in a brown and white. And the 30's in black for a second printing. Then you have your burgundy that's in a 35. And in the black and white, you have an 80. Alright, so you had a couple of very interesting ones, especially that nice green one. Right there. That green one was really nice. Now, let me show you some that really look different to me. Not anything I've ever seen before, but we're making that your last group here. In the last group, look at this. Isn't that interesting? Not quite sure what the picture looks like, but it looks like an Indian hunting. Isn't that interesting? I haven't seen that stamp at all. That, to me, is probably the most beautiful stamp out of them all. Even though that green overprint with the red writing and everything else was really cool, I think that this one is the most interesting one. Okay, then right beside it, and that was actually a 10. But I've never seen that stamp before. So if you know any stamp collectors, send it to them. See if they've seen it before. Definitely different. Okay, and then right after that, you have a 2 filler. And that had to go through a double printing, one for the green and white, and then one for the red. Alright. Then right beside it, you have a 10. Well, it was higher than that. Looked like a 56 or something. But got changed to a 10 in the purple and white. And then on your next one, the black and white, is a 16. Then on your orange, you have a 20. And then your brown and white for 25. Alright. So I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more whatever we find. Alrighty. Bye-bye now.